If you're an adventurer with a free spirit, you've most probably tried the most insane things like skydiving, river rafting, or snorkeling, and whatnot. But have you ever visited these water parks with the tallest water slides that'll make your adrenaline levels flip? Because some people went crazy while building them, and they're just insane to even think about. People around the globe have come up with the weirdest ways to satisfy their inner spirit, and these water slide makers have come up with something deadly. If you're someone who has a weak heart or fears death, don't even try to get on these slides. Let's see what all the fuss is about. But wait, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and while you're at it, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Number 1. Kilimanjaro. How high do you think a water slide can be to get a world record? Well, it turns out that the Brazilians did the impossible, because they literally named this water slide after Mount Kilimanjaro, which proves that the height of this one will blow your mind. Named as the tallest water slide in the world in the Guinness Book of World Records is the water slide named Kilimanjaro in Aldeira del Águas Park Resort, Brazil. This water slide is insanely tall and has the steepest dip that a water slide has ever had. This beast of a water slide is as tall as 49.9 meters, that's just over 163 feet, and a person going down it can reach a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. If you have the guts to try it out, I salute you, because many people dare to climb to the top of the slide where it begins, but they retreat after seeing the awful drop that this slide has. Even though it's barely going to take a minute to reach the pool below, it still takes a lot to get up there and just do it. Number 2. Insano. Another Brazilian water park slide, named Insano, lies neck to neck to Kilimanjaro with its insanity. I mean, wasn't one slide enough with such a huge height? And do people really go on these things? Well, this slide is as tall as 140 feet, but it has an extremely steep dip, which will literally turn your insides upside down. The velocity of a person riding on the slide is usually so high that they barely touch the surface of the slide until they reach the bottom. So you're practically just falling down from 130 feet until you hit the pool beneath. This is because of the extreme steep dip of this slide, which simply throws you straight down with a very slight curve. A person can reach a speed of a whopping 105 kilometers, which is just totally crazy. Again, you'll barely feel the time as it'll only be a second. But this one is extra dangerous because there's actually been deaths on this slide because of people losing their balance. So, if you're crazy enough to try this, make sure you go on a day that's lucky for you. Number 3. Captain Spacemaker. I love the name of this water slide, but what I also love is the scared people standing at the top doing it just for the sake of that one snap, or if they're crazy enough, for that damned adrenaline rush. Aqualandia is one of the most famous water parks in the world and has won several awards because of its extravagance. And why not, since it's located in the beautiful city of Jesolo, Italy. Captain Spacemaker is yet another terrifying water slide that'll make you wet your pants. This water slide is 40 meters high and can be used by 4 people at once. It has a 60-degree drop, which makes you go down at a speed of 62 miles per hour. Are you sure you want to try this? Because with a dip that steep, you probably won't be touching the slide's surface until you meet the infinity pool at the very end. Even though Captain Spacemaker isn't the tallest one in the world, it's for sure the tallest one in the whole of Europe. Next time you're in Italy, you know where to go. Number 4. Deep Water Dive. This one will give you nightmares, because here you don't push yourself of your own free will. And the scary part of this slide is that once you're in their cubicle and it's locked, there's no turning back, because as soon as you're positioned, they start their countdown. Here's how it works. They put you inside a cubicle where you stand on a glass shaft that opens at the count of 3. It's like the world slipping from under your feet. This water slide is at a height of 37 meters and drops down instantly without a dip. If you're really eager to visit, get yourself to the Kentucky Kingdom Water Park and enjoy that nanosecond heartbeat skip. Even though it sounds dangerous, this water slide has thrilled many people and has won the hearts of many at being one of the best water slides they've ever been on. You have to go and find out for yourself. Number 5. Summit Plummet. Talking about water slides, how can we not include the Summit Plummet, which is Disney World's sensation and one of the highest water slides in the world? Usually we use the word summit for the highest point of a mountain. I guess they did give it a thought in naming this one. You'll love the icy look around the hills of this water park itself. It's simply dreamy. The slide goes as high as 120 feet and has an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Usually on such high slides they don't allow kids, but since Summit Plummet is at the Disney World Resort, this slide is completely safe for kids as well. They do, however, have minimum height and weight restrictions below which they won't allow a person to ride. So if your kids haven't had their Disney World trip yet, make sure you take them ASAP and visit the Summit Plummet because you'll love the reactions of the people sliding down. Number 6. Vertigo. Capsule slides can literally make your night sleepless because they're that scary. And in Spain, you can find the world's highest capsule slide in the world-famous water park, Aqualandia. People travel from all over to this water park just for this one water slide that goes in loops and has two identical ones, one red and one green slide. The red slide is the taller one with a height of 33 meters. The concept of this insane slide is pretty similar to deep water dive, where they put you in a cubicle. Only here, the cubicle never ends, it's a capsule throughout. Sometimes I wonder, what happens if a person who's a little chubby gets stuck? How do they rescue him in the middle of the slide, and how scary is that thought? For some people who might have claustrophobia, this slide surely is not made for them, since it barely has enough space just to breathe. But either way, if you're really the one for adventures and risk, well, this one's made just for you. Number 7. Hurricane Slide. We all love France because of those amazing French-speaking people, right? But did you know that it's just as adventurous as any other place in the world? France is not only about fashion people, because it turns out that France is quite the place for free souls who want something exciting and spicy every day of their life. This slide was originally made in Poland and still has the heart of many tourists who visit it every day during the summer. It reaches the scary height of 33 meters and can go as fast as 80 kilometers. The slide goes so fast that your vision might get blurry and you'll only experience it for a second or two. But the experience is usually worth it after you land and the speed's reduced at the bottom. It's not as risky as the ones we showed you earlier. Accidents are rare. So you can have fun on this one as many times as you wish while enjoying the French views. Number 8. Free fall. Just as the name suggests, these free fall slides are something everyone dreads. They simply drop you at a high speed from a good enough height and take your breath away. This insane slide is located in Aqua Show Park in Portugal. It has an amazing height of 32 meters and is as long as 132 meters. That means that you just keep going and going and going on this one as it runs out and then gives you a dip after quite a few meters. But don't mistake it for something easy, because this slide comes in at the top of the most dangerous and tallest water slides in the world, which means that it indeed has the potential of making you scream your lungs out. The slide after the steep slope lasts for 4 seconds, so you can imagine the length of it and also the speed. People usually shoot videos of this one in slow motion because it's obviously pretty hard to capture the whole thing in just 4 seconds. But anyways, if you're planning a trip to Portugal, then don't miss out on this amazing water park. Number 9. Expirado. Another scary water slide located in Brazil is the Expirado. Strange name, I know, but the ride is just as strange. But I guess it's fair to say that the Brazilians are pretty brave and adventurous, since they have 3 slides so tall that they make it in the top 10 list. This water slide is located at the Hot Park, which is one of the most famous recreational parks in Brazil, and the entire world for that matter. Talking about this slide, it has an amazing height of 32 meters and drops to a steep slope that takes you down at a very high speed. The speed is usually so high that people have complained of getting a red rash on their back, and therefore, as soon as you hit the bottom, you're showered with cold water jet to remove the effect and reduce the rashes. Other than that, this ride seems perfectly fun and is something a person can consider doing, as it's not as dangerous as some of the other ones we've talked about before. Number 10. King Kahuna. And we have our last pick of the day, the Great King Kahuna. This water slide is located in the heart of Port Aventura's Aqua Park, which is in Spain. It has an amazing height of 31 meters, which puts it last in our top 10 list. But don't think that it's any less scary, because this ride is going to get your adrenaline pumping up even before you get on it. It has a scary slope of 55 degrees, and people dread it only because of that slope. If you decide to go on this slide, just know that you'll be coming down it at the speed of 6 meters per second. So you'll reach the bottom in barely a few seconds. But whatever you say, it's sure going to be a gemstone in your memories. And what's going to be more memorable than the actual slide experience? Well, it's surely going to be all the reactions you'll be getting when you're standing at the top of it and after you slide down, because so many people will go all the way up and then come back down without taking the ride. Well, this brings us to the end of this video, but don't go just yet. Make sure you let us know in the comments down below about your experience at these or any other water slides. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more amazing content.